Hello everyone, my name is Omer Capraz. Today I will present my corporate social responsibility project on Unilever. I choose to focus on sustainable fishing and marine conservation in Fiji, which is a very important issue for the island nations. I will also talk about how Unilever use Instagram and TikTok to promote these sustainability efforts and connect with people worldwide. Unilever is a global consumer goods company founded in 1929. It operates in more than 190 countries and owns well-known brands like Dow, Lipton, and Ben& and Jerry's. Because it's such a large company, its social responsibility policies can have a big influence around the world. For example, when the company like Unilever decides to reduce the plastic, that change impacts millions of the product and consumers daily. This makes CSR chooses not just company actions but global actions. And let's get to CSR policies. Unilever has five different keys: uh, environmental stewardship, human rights and working conditions, business ethics, community involvement, inclusion and diversity. In this presentation I will give examples of what Unilever is doing in these areas, and I will also show some gaps and where their actions don't always match their promises. Uh, let's start with the environments. Unilever supports sustainable fishing through the MSC certification. This basically means the fish you buy with their label isn't harming the ocean. They also want all their packaging to be recyclable by 2025. That's ambitious but necessary because plastic is such a huge global issue. They have also sponsored conservation projects in Pacific, including Fiji. But here's the catch. They're not perfect. Unilever has been criticized in the past for the producing too much plastic waste. So even while they're making changes, people are still like watching closely. Now let's talk about the people, human rights and working conditions. Unilever bans child labor it's in the supply chain and works to make sure fishers and workers are treated fairly. In Fiji and other communities, they provide training so workers know their rights and they can stay safe. But at the same time, reports came out some suppliers in Asia were paying low wage, so it shows the problem. On paper, the policy is great, but in reality, it's hard. It's really hard to control every single supplier worldwide. Like they're really big and like it's a really big company, so they can control it obviously. And I think this is the one of the toughest CSR challenges for any big company. And next one is ethics. Unilever publishes annual sustainability reports to show their progress, which is good for transparency. They follow international labor and fishing standards. But group like Greenpeace have say like you're moving too slow on plastics. So even though like Unilever is doing more than many other companies, the pressure is still there to keep like pushing faster. And the last one, community involvement. It's really interesting, especially in Fiji. Unilever has supported training for local fishers, teaching them how to fish sustainable waste so the ocean can recover. And they also sponsored awareness campaigns about protection of coral reefs. But here's the reality. Some people in the Fiji sees projects are just for advertising. So while some communities are happy, other things is more about company image. That's why CSR is it's kind of tricky. The same project can be seen in different ways. Now we're gonna talk about the good things, positive impacts. These CSR actions have definitely like helped in order to build a stronger reputation. Younger generation like Gen Z and millennials really care about the environment, and CSR makes them trust the brand more. In Fiji, these projects are all support ecotourism and protect the fish stocks. which helps the economy. So it's a win-win. Like the planet benefits, people benefit, and the company benefits too. But they also have like negative impacts. Sustainable fishing is more expensive. For small fishers in Fiji, these rules can be tough because they need to earn enough money for their families. And CSR isn't always applied even across the countries. Some regions see a lot of actions while others don't get the same attention. So while CSR sounds good, there's still challenges on our ground. And I feel like this is the most important part of the slides, cultural differences. In United States or Europe, sustainability usually makes this brand stronger. People like eco-friendly products, but in Fiji, fishing isn't just a business; it's a tradition, it's culture, and it's like survival. So when new restrictions are introduced, some locals feel like the way of life being limited, and that's the balance Unilever has to figure out. Project protecting the environment while also respecting the culture of the communities they're working with. Like they're putting some limitations because they have to, but like probably the Fiji people were like doing the same thing for years and years. Their grandparents were doing the same thing. That's why it's affecting the culture a little bit. The social media strategy. Unilever also shares these CSR efforts on social media. On Instagram, they post in infographics about sustainable fishing. They share stories of local fishers in Fiji, and they use hashtags like hashtag ocean feature. And they're on TikTok too. Like on TikTok, they make fun short videos like before and after coral reef shots and quick interviews with the fishers. And they even like start the challenges like sustainable seafood, like hashtag sustainable seafood, where people share ocean friendly meals. And honestly, this works because if you want young people to care, you have to meet them where they are, and all young people in the social media right now, so they care about the like social media and all internet. So to wrap things up, in other words, CSR policies must align with their actions. They're doing a lot in the area like environmental protection and community involvement. But they still face issues, especially around the plastic waste and making sure suppliers always follow the rules. In Fiji, their efforts are positive, but culture sensitivity is very important. Overall, I will say in other words, the CSR not only helps the planet, but also makes the company stronger in long run. Actually, from my perspective, CSR is not just about the company protecting the environment or following the laws. It's about real responsibility. When a big company like Unilever says they care about the ocean, they should prove it's not only in reports but in the daily life of the people, like fishers in Fiji. Like they gotta be like they gotta think like fishermen. They gotta think like Fiji people. And what's impressed me the most is that CSR can connect the global goals with local traditions. In Fiji, fishing culture is cultural and like in Fiji, fishing is culture and survival, not just a business. So CSR should not only protect the fish and coral, but also protect the dignity of the local people. I believe the most successful CSR creates balance. The planet wins, the community wins, and company wins. That's the kind of CSR I would like to see more in the future. Thank you for the like listen to me.